This is the Alcatel A5 LED, one of several affordable new Androids the manufacturer is introducing this year at MWC. Now, when you're talking about hardware that's on the seriously low side of the performance spectrum, it can be tricky to conjure up the appropriate level of excitement. But when Alcatel showed us a phone with its back studded with an array of multicolor LEDs, our interest was piqued. It turns out that the LED light show is only the half of it, though. Alcatel's not making a big deal out of it, nor delivering this feature with some snazzy new branding, but this is far more than just a budget smartphone draped in a curtain of LEDs. It's a phone that's introducing its own full-blown modular hardware ecosystem. Now, this is no Moto mods. It doesn't have nearly the same level of polish, nor can the modules we've seen pull off feats on the same technical level as Motorola's solution, but it's still undeniably a modular smartphone system. The flagship module is the titular LED back, with a grid of color-changing LEDs peeking out from behind a protective grille. What's most interesting about it is how the phone's software lets you control what's going on. You can configure the LEDs to illuminate in a number of pre-programmed patterns, or have them respond to music with a little beat detection action. The A5 LED lets you personalize that further with the help of the phone's color capture app. Ever take a swatch of material into a hardware store to match the color for a can of paint? Well, color capture works the same way, using the phone's camera to sample a color, then letting you change the look of Android's interface and app icons to match. Here you see the light brown we got by aiming it at this wooden table. The LED back can also respond in the same way, lighting up in the colors of your choice. In addition to the LEDs, Alcatel is also making available a speaker back with a pair of stereo speakers and a convenient integrated kickstand for propping up your phone as you crank out the tunes, just like the Moto Mod's JBL Sound Boost speaker. This unit's not quite as loud as the Moto Z option, but still sounds a lot better than the phone's built-in speaker. There's also a battery back that adds a 3000 mAh battery to the A5 LED's internal 2800 mAh cell, more than doubling operational life. The integration is really clean looking and avoids making the A5 LED unnecessarily fat. All these backs connect to the A5 LED through a series of spring-loaded pins. Getting them on and off takes a little work as you pry the back from a corner with your fingernail. It's far less graceful than the magnetically attaching Moto mods, but that also has the side effect of making them feel that much more stable when finally snapped into place. Beyond these function-packed modular backs, Alcatel is also making available a few plain, featureless panels. We took a look at options in both plastic and metal. We're still waiting for details on how all these various attachments will be sold, and how much to expect to pay for them. But we're just fascinated to see so much variety come to what's otherwise positioned as a relatively basic low to mid-range piece of hardware. Speaking of which, the A5 LED features a 5.2-inch 720 by 1280 LCD, runs an older 1.5 GHz MediaTek processor, has just 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB storage. Its main camera tops out at 8 megapixels, while the front facer hits 5. But you're not going to be buying this phone because you crave performance or storage or any of the usual reasons. You're buying it because it makes you into a one-man or woman rave, replete with digital light show, room-filling sound, and enough power to keep going for days and days. Now, sure, you can't tap into all those features at once, but having them at all makes the A5 LED a hell of a lot more interesting than the vast majority of lower-end phones that cross our path. I'm Stephen Shank with PhoneArena. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to see all the other interesting new hardware making its debut at MWC 2017.